early today. I'm in Minnesota on that little business trip I told you about, and have some good news for my people who have been listening. For me, actually, and share the good news with you guys. I had another callback, a callback from both of those projects I had auditioned for last week. The one from the television show, I didn't hear anything, so I'm assuming that I didn't get that role on the television show. But the commercial, I'm in the finalists. So that was the one I had to audition for in the airport. I mentioned it to you yesterday. Um, it was a little it was a little weird auditioning in an airport. People walking by looking at me. Luckily, I'm able to, like I told you before in some other videos, compartmentalize. So I was able to shut all those people out and just do my audition. Focus on the casting director and focus on the director who's making the final decision about who he wants in his commercial. So it went well. I was able to get the character, little character I had built for the commercial, over to him and let him see what my take on that character was. So I had to wait longer than I thought, but it turned out well. I was in the airport. My call time was about, what was it? My call time initially was 1:05, I thought. So when I decided to check in early, I was hoping the casting director had a moment that she could pick up. So she did, and I was happy. And I told her that I was checking a little bit early to see if there was any availability, and she was open to try to squeeze me in. But I want to warn you, don't try to make people, especially in the casting business, change their schedule if it's not an emergency for you. And it wasn't an emergency. So I told her, no, I'd stay on my assigned time, which was a little bit later. So I had, the original call was earlier. And luckily I checked in with her and I found out the exact time, which was about 1:05. But when I jumped back on again an hour later at 1, I still had to wait. So I waited about 35, 40 minutes before they were able to see me. They were a little backed up, but it all worked out. They liked me, contacted my agent, and told them that I was in the final running. They're going to make a decision probably today or tomorrow, they said. Usually in this business, that's the tip for today. The tip is to realize that things happen fast. They usually cast the actors last, especially the smaller actors. If we're talking a feature film or something, they start working on that, way before, especially if you're one of the lead characters, because they have to get you the script so you can have time to work on it. So this is a commercial, and it's a small commercial, but it's a union commercial, so it's good for me to get back in the saddle of starting to get work again. Things have been dead here in California all year. Slow. So I'm glad that things are starting to move a little bit. We'll see if it keeps going in that direction, which I hope. And so I'll wait to see whether I got that, and I will update you guys. But the tip is always try, if you get an audition, always try to submit it as fast as possible. Get prepared, do your best, but don't wait to the deadline. Don't wait to the deadline. Try to get it in as soon as possible, especially nowadays with the self-tape auditions. You want to get them in as soon as you can. Do a good job, get prepared, focus, know your dialogue as much as possible, and deliver a good performance. Show them the best of you, but do it quickly. Do it quickly. The sooner you get in, the better. Because what happens is, say for instance, it's a commercial like the one I just went on. There are probably literally 200-300 people they're considering. So once they start receiving submissions, they're active, they're happy, they're pumped up about it. So they start looking at them. They start looking at all the submissions, and they start seeing who they like, and they separate them. They, if they don't like you, they slide you to the side, and they have a box. As far as it's all electronic, and they have a box where they put in the ones they like, or they have a check mark. So they start checking off the ones they like, and then as the time goes on, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, whatever the amount of time they have seeing people, they start to look at less, because early on they've started to see people they like, and they made their decisions. That's why I say try to get your self-tape submitted as soon as you can. Do a good job. I'm not saying just rush it and throw anything up there. Get prepared as fast as you can, and get it in as fast as you can. Now that's the tip. Here's a little addition to that tip. That's where what I've talked about before, and I will do some more self-tape videos, because just now talking to you and saying that tip is something that I need to talk about I haven't talked about. When you do your self-tapes, you need to have practiced on your own to get ready to get material, look at it quickly, make a decision, and show the casting people the best of you. That's the secret. The best of you. You have to have confidence in your ability to make these decisions that put you in a highlight of the best performance you can give, and do it quickly. It's not easy, but it comes with practice. And the only way you're going to get practice is if you practice on your own. You can get commercials from anywhere. You can go online, type in sample commercial copy, and you'll find tons of it. Find some commercials, 5 or 6 I say, that fit you, and start practicing with them in your spare time. But if you're interested in getting in commercials, you have to practice self-tapes. You have to practice doing the commercials, saying the dialogue, learning it as quickly as possible. And some of you out there may be like me, not blessed with a photographic memory. It takes you a little bit longer time to capture the dialogue and get it up in the old noggin. So that's something you have to find out about yourself. A lot of people out there have that ability to look at something a couple of times and boom, they got it. It's in their mind. So if you're blessed that way, be thankful. In high school, I knew a young guy, and this was the first time I started. We were in some kind of class. Oh, we were in some kind of, I can't remember, science or history or something together. And he would always get A's, perfect papers. And then one day I asked him, how do you memorize everything? And I don't even know why I asked him, because I rarely talk to him. And he said, I'm lucky. My father has a photographic memory, and so do I. When I look at something, it just sticks in my mind. So I said, oh, okay. You're not a genius. You're just lucky. And that's the truth. Some people can memorize stuff really quickly, but if you know that you can't, that's something that can be worked on. I have a video on my channel about memorizing dialogue. Take a look at that. Go to my channel and look up how to learn your lines quick, and you'll see some videos on there, or just do a Google search. Mnemonics is what they call it. Mnemonics. It's a technique for learning lines. And I learned it about maybe a little over 10 years ago. I used to always do it the hard way, looking at the content over and over, figuring out different kind of techniques. There are many techniques for memorization. So what you need to do is find one that works for you. But mnemonics is one that works for me. Look that up and you will be happy. You will thank me. Just like the woman whose video I watched, who I learned it from. I have her in the description below so I can send people back to the original content where I learned it. She's an actress, and she put that tape up years ago, probably like 15 years ago or so. And people are still watching it. I still watch it. I still recommend it to people. And mnemonics for actors. If you look that up, you'll see what it is. It's a very simple technique. I'll just tell you real quick. You take the first letter of every word in the sentence and you write it on a piece of paper. The first letter. And then you associate those letters with the words in the dialogue. And miraculously, in a few minutes, you'll have that sentence memorized. You could just look at those letters and you'll remember what the word is for each letter. Give it a try. Look it up online, watch people do it, and then you give it a try. Just start with one sentence, and then you'll be able to use that same technique to go through a whole paragraph of dialogue, a whole script of dialogue. So it's a great technique, mnemonics for actors. I love to spread the word on that. So that's a bonus tip for today. So I'm still here in Minneapolis. You can see I look a little blue. I'm using some natural light, which I love. I'm sitting in front of the window. Let me see if I can pivot this around so you can see what I'm looking at out here. There's the view. I have a view of a hotel right out of my hotel. Well, that's not a hotel. That's a condo building, and it's downtown Minneapolis. I'll let you have a look out the window if you can see anything. It's a small city, interesting. I'm downtown at the Hilton, and you can see more on our beautiful World Wide Web if you want to learn more about Minneapolis. I don't know, I mean, years ago, obviously they had that big music scene here. I think they still do. I won't be doing any sightseeing, unfortunately, on this trip. I'm going to be creating content for you guys. That's why I got up early. I have a lot of ideas, a lot of plans. I was tired yesterday from that long getting up early and having that trip and going through the airport and stuff. Usually I drive where I go. I live in California, but if I need to go to New York, I drive to New York. If I need to go to Atlanta, I drive to Atlanta. I love driving. I can't wait for my next road trip. But this trip, I had to go. I had to get here quickly, so I had to go through the airport. I had to. What did I have to do? Oh, I had to wait in all those lines. Luckily, I have some of those passes, like a fast pass in the airport where you can get pre-check, TSA pre-check. I have that. I recommend it if you can afford it. It's not that expensive. And if you do travel a lot, it's worth it. You don't have to wait in some of those long lines. And there's another one called Clear that you get through faster. But that helped me get through the lines a little bit faster, which I appreciated. Still had to wait in line to get on the airplane with everyone else. But the flight wasn't that crowded. I had the bulkhead, which is near the emergency door, so I was able to stretch my legs out a bit. I'm kind of tall, 6'2", a little bit over. But so I had a little bit of room there. And but overall, it's pretty nice. Cold here. I went out yesterday after I arrived at the hotel, and there's some stores down there. Went and got a sandwich. Went over to Target, got some water. It's all right in walking distance. I was surprised because nice little calm downtown area. Not big as like you think a normal big city. Few tall buildings, not too many people walking around. I guess because of the cold. And it wasn't freezing cold, but I can tell it gets really cold here. And so I brought my big East Coast coat with me. And so I'm ready to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump off. I'll probably get back on later in the afternoon after I make some progress and give you guys another update. What I plan to do this morning is continue editing the acting reel project I'm working on. I work with one of my clients is a acting teacher. So he has a nice acting school in New Jersey, and I edit a lot of the content for his students that are actors in training, and he shoots scenes with them so they can have content for their reel, so they can go out once they finish the program and get potentially an agent or a manager. So I edit that content. I'm working on some of that now. Then I'm going to move on to the series. If you go to my channel, you'll see a vertical series I have. That I have about 30 episodes up there. Each episode is only like 16 seconds. So it's a micro series for YouTube Shorts. And you guys will be able to, you've probably seen it, Tammy, the actress writer. If you scroll through, you'll see it. And so if you want to see it from the beginning, go to my channel, look in the playlist for Tammy, the actress writer, and you'll see my short series, my very first one. And you'll take a look at that. I hope you like it. Share it. It's about an actress who has a 3-picture deal with 3 different streaming services. So she's pretty much successful. And she's going through all the turmoil that goes on behind the scenes when you're creating a streaming series. So it's pretty fun, and I'm sure you might like some of it. And take a look at it. I'm going to make some episodes today, put those up. Going to do, like I said, I'm going to do a little bit of editing first. Then I'm going to create some of those episodes. And then I have to start working, on more video content for the channel. So go to the channel, take a look at some of my playlists I have there. I focus in acting, directing, and editing. That's my area, acting, directing, and editing. So you'll find that content there. Take a look at it. I appreciate it. And share it. Paste it on Facebook, Instagram. Do me a favor. I'm trying to build up those watch hours, and only you can help me build up my watch hours. Only you can help me build up my watch hours. So go there, look at some of my stuff, put it on, let it play in the background if you like. I need to build up those watch hours, and I need you guys' help. Thanks for watching this vertical live. I'm about to jump off right now and get to work. I wanted to start early. Sun's starting to come up. It seems like it's going to be a nice day, but cold here in Minneapolis. I'll be here for a few days, and I'll be back on again talking to you probably in the afternoon and then in the evening to give you an update. And I'm going to be creating some more content for the channel here. So go there and check it out for me. I appreciate it. And this is a business trip, but it also is a working trip for me as far as content creation for the channel. Here, my YouTube channel. You can check me out in the description below, unedited with James Adam Tucker. You can find out more information about me if you haven't seen my stuff before or you don't know who I am. You could find me out there, find it out there in the description below. And take those links and go to my channel and look around. Share my content. Most of it is humorous, dark humor. That's what I like. Drama, comedy, that kind of stuff. But I also give you tips on how to make it so that you're not just a consumer. If you're interested in this business, I give tips out for beginners. Acting, directing, and editing. That's my deal. That's my do-do-do-do. All right, let me get to work. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.